Today we will start the revision classes. Okay. Let me take the first topic from the calculus, that is continuity and differentiability. Continuity and differentiability. A very important topic. The basics. Already you know the basics which are related to continuity because we studied in first year, that is limits and derivatives, chapter number 13. In that we studied the meaning of continuous functions, and also you know the condition of continuity of function, condition for continuity of a function. And this is very important for your theory exam purpose. It carries around 22 marks. 22 marks. It will cover all the sections, all the parts, all 5 parts. 1 mark question 1, 2 mark questions 3, 2 mark questions 3, 3 mark questions 2, 4 mark question 1, and 5 mark question 1. Okay. That is 1 mark question. So 1 into 1, which is 1. 2 mark questions 3, that is 6 mark. And 3 mark questions 2, 6. 4 mark question 1, and 5 mark question 1. Total number of questions 1 plus 3, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 questions, and how much is 22 marks. 8 questions, 22 marks. Very important. And here, these 2 questions which are very specific, and 4 mark question will be asked from continuity. And this 5 mark question will be asked from differentiation. It is from differentiation, and in particular, which is from second order derivatives. Second order derivative. It is also called as double differentiation, or you can say successive differentiation also. Successive differentiation. Very important. Okay. And in this topic, in this chapter, the deleted portion, the deleted topics, the deleted concepts are Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. So these 2 concepts are deleted. These 2, Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. And this time you are 1 mark question. Okay, 1 mark question which is from composite functions. You should know how to differentiate the composite functions, like simple, say for example, sine of ax plus b, Simple questions you may get. Or differentiate cos of ay. Differentiate cos of x plus y. With respect to x. Like that. Simple question. Simple composite function they will give. Okay. And which is very clear. 1 mark question will be asked from composite functions. That is the first concept in differentiation. And 2 mark questions. Look at the 2 mark questions. So total we are going to get 3 questions in part B. Okay. In part B we are going to get 3 questions. 2 mark questions 3. And these 3 questions may be from explicit functions, implicit functions, or from logarithmic functions. How to differentiate the logarithmic functions, exponential functions, implicit functions, or even sometimes they may ask question from composite functions also. Right? And 3 mark questions will be asked from parametric equations. Okay. very important concept, parametric equations anta barutare. And this 4-mark question, which is from continuity. Okay, today we will discuss some questions, very important questions I have collected from the previous question papers only. Let me solve around 6-7 questions are there, only 6-7 questions. If you practice those questions, it is enough, more than enough, you can say, right? So this 4-mark question will be from continuity, and this 5-mark question from second order derivative. Because of these two, okay, Rolle's theorem and mean values theorem, these two concepts are deleted. And in addition to that, look at the PUE, Pre-University Education Board, which is released two model question papers according to reduced syllabus. In that, the 2-mark question, which is from again successive differentiation. Okay, they have added one more question from successive differentiation in 2-mark section, right? So that is why successive differentiation is also very important. If you practice around 10 questions are there, 10 questions. If you practice all the 10 questions, definitely you are going to get 7 marks. And in continuity, that is first exercise 5.1, that total will be having 34 questions, 34 plus around 7 questions, 7 or 9 questions from worked examples. Total 40 plus questions are there. And this time, not necessary to practice all the 40 questions, roughly I am saying, not exactly. Not necessary to practice all 40 questions. For your theory exam, just practice 8 questions, around 6 to 8 questions. It is enough, more than enough. So, ಈ 6-7 questions ಅದಾವೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಈ 6-7 questions perfect ಆದರೆ definitely you are going to get 1 in annual examination. Okay, simple. Like find the value of k or find the relationship between a and b. ಈ ತರ questions ಕರ್ತವೆ. Right? So let me take a few questions from continuity. Right? So in later classes we will take this differentiation. So today we will take the first concept, that is continuity. So before going to take the problems, let me clarify the meaning of continuity. Already you know, because we studied limits and derivatives in first year. In that topic also we are going to use this term, that is continuous functions ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. So for example, any function, say y is equal to 2x plus 3. It's an algebraic function. It is an example for algebraic function. If I want to say any function if it is continuous, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ರೆ there is a condition, mathematical condition. What is that? LHL is equal to RHL is equal to value of the function at a given limit point, say A. If left hand limit value, right hand limit value and value of the function are all same, if all the 3 values are same, if all the 3 values are equal, then that function is a continuous function. Otherwise it is not a continuous function. Right? Say this is what the given function, let's take y is equal to 2x plus 3. See, the continuous ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the limit, left hand limit value, LHL means left hand limit value, right hand limit value and value of the function at a given limit point must be same. If all 3 values are same, then the function is continuous. Otherwise the function is discontinuous or it is not continuous at a given limit point. So x is equal to a is a limit point. Right? And now here let me take particular question for your syllabus. Simple. Here also same thing. ನಿಮಗೆ LHL ಬಗ್ಗೆ RHL ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ. LHL ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. You know how to calculate the left hand limit value, right hand limit value and even value of the function. Let me take one question to clarify how these 3 terms, LHL, RHL and even value of the function. How to calculate left hand limit value, right hand limit value and value of the function. Right? So let me take and look at the question. Find the value of k if f of x is equal to k cos x divided by pi minus 2x if x is not equal to pi by 2. And f of x is equal to 3. f of x is equal to 3 if x is equal to pi by 2 is continuous at x is equal to pi by 2. So this is what the question, and a very important question. This was asked around 3-4 times. Okay, I have taken this question from your previous papers only. So this is minimum and very important. You may get this question in your upcoming exam also. Find the value of k if f of x is equal to k cos x by pi minus 2x if x is not equal to pi by 2. Okay, here pi by 2, this is what the limit point. Limit point. X is equal to pi by 2, which is a limit point, and this is a function. F of x is equal to k cos x by pi minus 2x. The function which is classified into two parts. Okay, this is one part. Okay, and this is another part. The function is classified into two parts. If x is not equal to pi by 2, if x is not equal to pi by 2, then the function value is k cos x by pi minus 2x. If x is equal to pi by 2 at this particular point, okay, pi by 2 is the limit point. At this particular point, the value of the function is 3. Okay, anyway, here in this question, the value of the function is already given, which is 3. And here only thing is just calculate left hand limit value or right hand limit value. Not necessary to calculate both the values here. Why? Because it is already given that the function is continuous. E is continuous at x is equal to pi by 2. Clear? So that is why for this particular question, not necessary to calculate both the values. Okay, calculate either left hand limit value or right hand limit value. It is a 4-mark question. 4-mark question. So why? Because only calculate the value of the function is already known, and we need to calculate the k value. The k value calculate now. And look at this term. X is not equal to pi by 2. X is not equal to pi by 2 means what? In general, x is not equal to pi by 2. Say, for example, x is not equal to 2. X is not equal to 2. What it means? What's the mathematical meaning? X is not equal to 2 means x value may be more than 2 or lesser than 2. Isn't it? So that is why here also, and x is not equal to pi by 2 means x may be greater than pi by 2, or less than pi by 2, isn't it? Same thing. To calculate left hand limit value, if you want to calculate the left hand limit value, you have to see the symbol lesser than. Okay? This is what the convention is, a rule you can say. Okay? For calculating the left hand limit value, let me write the notations. Okay? Less than for LHL, less than for LHL, greater than for RHL, and value of the function. This is the value of the function. Okay, we equal sign f of x is equal to 3 if x is equal to pi by 2. So 3 is called value of the function at a given limit point. Clear? Now here, just we need to calculate left hand limit value and right hand limit value, and in this particular question, calculate either left hand limit value or right hand limit value. Then you will be having the value of k equal to limit f of x as x tending to a negative. So this is what the notation used to denote the left hand limit value, LHL. Limit of f of x as x tending to a minus. Here the negative sign indicates the left hand limit. Now take that given function, limit of. So look at the function here. What is the function? K cos x by pi minus 2x. This is what the given function. K cos x by pi minus 2x as x tending to pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus. Right? So here x is not equal to pi by 2. X is not equal to pi by 2, which implies x may be less than pi by 2 or which is more than pi by 2. So that's why the same function will be used for calculating both left hand limit value as well as right hand limit value. So let us apply the limit. Okay. Just replace x by pi by 2. It become k cos pi by 2. K cos pi by 2 divided by pi minus 2 into pi by 2. 2 into pi by 2. So which is k into. So what is the cos pi by 2 value? The cos pi by 2 value is 0. K into 0 divided by pi minus, this is pi. So we are getting 0 by 0 form. 0 by 0 form. So it is called indeterminate form. This is what? An indeterminate form. If you are getting these three steps, you have to do it mentally. You should not write in your exam also. But you have to do this mentally. Why? Because if you are getting 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity form, it is an indeterminate form. So in this case, we are unable to get the definite value of k. For that, you have to make some changes in a given function. You have to simplify the given expression. For that, limit as x tending to h, as x tending to limit of as h tending to 0 k into cos of pi by 2 minus h divided by pi minus 2 into pi by 2 minus h. Because we are introducing one more variable, that is what? H. As h tending to 0, just replace as x tends to pi by 2, which implies as x tends to pi by 2 minus h, okay, pi by 2 minus h, which implies h tends to 0, So which is h value which is almost to 0, not exactly, but which is very near to 0, For left hand limit, we have to take in general a minus h for left hand limit and a plus h for right hand limit. So where a is a limit point, just we have to replace the variable by a plus h for right hand limit, and for left hand limit replace x by a minus h. A is a limit point in general. So here a is nothing but pi by 2. Pi by 2. So that's why I have replaced this x by what? Pi by 2 minus h. Wherever x is there, both in numerator as well as in denominator, you have to replace x by pi by 2 minus h. Clear? 2x. So 2x become 2 into pi by 2 minus h, and cos x become cos of pi by 2 minus h. As x tend to pi by 2 minus h, then h tending towards 0. Now here, limit as h tending to 0, k as it is, identity it is cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta. So because of this pi by 2, if you have odd multiples of pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 like this, then the function, have to change the function, cos becomes sin, sin theta. Or you can remember this directly. Cos of pi by 2 minus theta is, because of this pi by 2, you have to change the function, cos becomes sin, write this theta as it is, pi by 2 minus theta, 90 minus theta, that will come in first quadrant. In first quadrant, cos is positive, cos is also positive. So cos of pi by 2 minus theta, which is sin theta. So here theta is nothing but what? H. So cos of pi by 2 minus h, which is sin h, divided by pi minus 2 into minus into plus minus 2 pi by 2 minus into minus plus 2 into h, 2 and 2 cancel, and the limit as h tending to 0, k into sin h divided by na plus pi and even minus pi get cancelled, simply it is 2h. So now 2 is a constant, you can write it outside the limit, that is equal to half into limit of as h tending to 0 sin h divided by h, sin h by h. And we know that, so taking k by 2, k by 2 is a constant, write it outside the limit, become LHL is equal to k by 2 and limit of sin h by h as h tending to 0, which is nothing but 1. So that is equal to k by 2. This is the left hand limit value. Now, by the condition of continuity, LHL is equal to value of the function which is given, LHL value k by 2. That is equal to value of the function which is 3 by the cross multiplication, we get k is equal to 2 into 3, which is 6. This is the required value of k. Okay. Just I have solved only one question in today's class and the remaining questions solved in next classes. Thank you.